Welcome to Innovations in Focus. This series is designed to equip you with cutting-edge techniques to enhance your procurement processes. Throughout this course, you will explore best practices pertaining to innovative procurement techniques, benefits of using them, and examples of where they may be applied. Please check out all of our modules to learn about how to save money and time in your procurement processes. In this module, we will discuss the technique of confidence ratings. For most of our acquisitions, we aim to select an offeror that provides the best value and will reliably perform and deliver. Our selection process should instill confidence in the chosen winner. We want to expedite our acquisitions and select the very best contractors for the work. Confidence ratings are another form of adjectival ratings, but they take a more holistic approach. This module will show how they provide faster timelines to speed up the evaluation process while also providing more flexibility to the evaluation team. When competing a federal contract, confidence ratings can be effectively utilized during the proposal evaluation stage. They can use confidence ratings to gauge the likelihood of each offer's success. This helps determine how well each proposal meets the contract requirements. Before getting into more about confidence ratings, let's walk through the more traditional adjectival ratings process that you've likely used before. When completing traditional adjectival ratings, the evaluation team reads the proposals and then documents its strengths, weaknesses, and deficiencies. After compiling their documentation, the evaluation team assigns the proposal one of the 5 strict ranking choices. Many have found that the 5 tiers and strong dependence on the number of strengths and weaknesses were slowing them down in their evaluation processes. Confidence ratings use a different process. On the screen, you can see the steps. When completing confidence ratings, here's the flow we recommend. The evaluation team will read the proposal and then assign a high, some, or low confidence rating to each factor. We want to give a rating as a matter of first impression, without having to count the strengths and weaknesses and then the rating being a function of that counting exercise. Once completed, the team writes bullet points to support their rating. Then move on to the next proposal and repeat the process. 3 tiers instead of 5 is simpler and more flexible. Now let's get into defining high, some, and low confidence. The government will mark high confidence when they have high confidence that the offer understands the requirement, proposes a sound approach, and will be successful in performing the contract with little or no government intervention. The government will mark some confidence when they have some confidence that the offer understands the requirement, proposes a sound approach, and will be successful in performing the contract with some government intervention. The government will mark low confidence when they have low confidence that the offer understands the requirement, proposes a sound approach, and will be successful in performing the contract even with government intervention. We don't want an adjectival rating approach that restricts our subjectivity, and we don't want to count strengths and weaknesses beforehand, leading to a numbers game. Instead, we look at the offer holistically and focus on our confidence. Now take a look at the end of each definition that has to do with government intervention. Some teams prefer to include this, and some don't. Some have found that leaving it out results in less confusion. Finally, we do not recommend no confidence, which is an absolute statement. It's very black and white and could get teams into trouble. It's also hard to support. Just rate them at the low end of low, and that's that. So how does it work? This is a consensus technical evaluation report for one vendor. At the top is the evaluation factor and then the confidence rating, while the table provides succinct documentation that supports the rating. You'll see that this evaluation factor is demonstrated prior experience. The team has read the proposal and as a team, not individually, chosen a confidence rating of high. After coming to that decision, the team moved on to the worksheet, and on the left side of the table listed out things that raised the expectation of success. These are just bullet points of relative strengths such as articulated team composition, right mix of people, and then they list where that information can be found in the proposal. On the right column, you can see that the team listed what lowered the expectations of success, or the relative weaknesses. This includes no discussion on user-centric design, human-centered development. As you can see, The rating is supported even using bullet points. And instead of counting all of the strengths, we are considering the substance of those findings. It is important to note that not all strengths are created equal, and that if two firms both have a rating of high confidence, that they're not the same technically. For example, there may be some that are very high, while other proposals are still high, but approaching some confidence. Confidence ratings can be utilized across various sections of the Federal Acquisition Regulation, including Subpart 8.4, Part 13, Part 15, and Part 16.505. You just need to pay a little closer attention when using confidence ratings in FAR Part 15, but many teams have used it successfully. Let's take a look at what is mentioned in FAR Part 15.305A, the relative strengths, deficiencies, significant weaknesses, and risks supporting proposal evaluation shall be documented in the contract file. So, let's say, for example, that a proposal does not have a deficiency. Simply document with a bullet point that says, "No deficiencies found," and move on. If you want to find specific examples, they can be found on the periodic table of acquisition innovations. Let's look at a GAO case. Here we have an example of what not to do. Remember how we said that proposals are not the same technically? When using traditional adjectival ratings, many teams are tempted to count strengths and weaknesses. That can lead to focusing too much on quantity over quality. In the GAO case, the Source Selection Authority attempted to quantify strengths by counting them and assigning greater weight to certain strengths, referring to them as substantial strengths. This approach was challenged by a protester who ultimately prevailed, and the protest was sustained. To avoid turning the selection process into a mere counting exercise, we should focus on using our best judgment instead. By emphasizing qualitative assessments over quantitative tallies, we can ensure a more holistic and accurate evaluation of each offer's proposal. You have to go back to the details of the evaluation and look beyond the rating. Now, in this GAO case, you can see a protest where a vendor was disputing the final decision. The agency, DHS's Customs and Border Protection, which used confidence ratings, pointed out 9 different concerns that lowered their confidence in the offer. The government did not believe that the vendor provided sufficient detail to give them confidence that they can perform the contract. In this case, the GAO denied the protest. In their decision, GAO mentioned, "We have no basis to question the evaluation." There are numerous benefits to confidence ratings. They significantly reduce the time required for evaluations and decision making. It simplifies the rating system to focus on overall confidence level, not counting individual strengths and weaknesses. Evaluators can quickly reach consensus. It also minimizes administrative burdens, allowing evaluators to dedicate more time to assessing the quality and relevance of the proposals. Confidence ratings are more straightforward, making them easy to understand and apply. Vendors have also indicated how meaningful confidence ratings are to them. Another key benefit is their flexibility and adaptability, allowing evaluators to use their professional judgment and expertise to assess proposals holistically, considering the offeror's understanding of requirements, the soundness of their approach, and their ability to successfully perform. This subjectivity also enables evaluators to make informed decisions based on their experience and insights. Last, confidence ratings enhance the transparency and documentation of the evaluation process. By requiring evaluators to document the rationale for their ratings and with concise bulleted statements, the system ensures that the evaluation process is well documented and transparent. This leads to a robust record that can be reviewed and defended if necessary, offering legal assurance and regulatory compliance. Here are the best practices when using confidence ratings. It is essential to support your ratings with just a few meaningful bullet points that highlight the key reasons behind the rating. This ensures that the rationale is clear and concise, making it easier for others to understand the basis of the rating. Additionally, it is important to document only the consensus final rating to maintain consistency and avoid confusion. This practice helps streamline the evaluation process and ensures that all team members are aligned. Also, evaluators should not be limited to a certain rating based on the number of strengths and weaknesses identified. Allowing flexibility in the rating process ensures that the overall confidence rating accurately reflects the evaluator's true assessment. In summary, today we learned that confidence ratings are a more holistic approach compared to traditional adjectival ratings. These ratings help speed up the evaluation process, provide more flexibility, and lead to more successful outcomes. For more information on confidence ratings or any other innovative procurement technique, please check out our additional PIL resources such as Innovation Snapshots or the Periodic Table of Acquisition Innovations.